So I finally made it here after waiting for such a long time for them to open. So in this video, I'm going to try to walk through the entire campsite just to show you what the experience is like. It's been our second day here, and so far everything's been great. So we'll do a full tour and to show you what this campsite's all about. So right when you enter the driveway, this is a sign that greets you, Snow Peak Campfield. And here is basically the parking lot, and there's ample spots for a lot of cars. So over here, this shed here is where they store all the folding carts, so people can bring their stuff into the campsite. So this campsite, basically all the cars park outside, and you have to walk in to the campsite where there's no cars. And that makes for a very pleasant experience. So this is the shed where they keep their carts. So these carts are provided to transport your gear to the campfield, far from the distractions and worries of modern life. And I've also seen them help people with golf carts, I guess if you need help. And when you're finished, return the carts to the corral for the next guests. But this weekend, there's not a lot of people, so definitely no shortage of carts. Here's a nice Snow Peak Campfield Long Beach logo. And at night, I think it's lit up. So a great welcome to the facility. There's also 3 electric charging stations I've seen here from the Rivian brand. And I really like this entryway here. So this is where you check in when you first come camping. And they'll have all your gear, basically your 2 chairs and the table, loaded into the wagon here. And then after you check in, you can just grab it and go. So there it says, Snow Peak's ethos is rooted in the Japanese concept of kacho fungatsu, or the way of life with nature. The Long Beach Campfield offers a reimagined approach to camping, centered on connection with others and a closeness with the natural world. So a quote from the Snow Peak CEO. So this is, inside that desk here is where you can go check in when you arrive. And then basically you get to this nice entryway, which really sets you into the atmosphere of camping away from the hustle and bustle and in the nature. So this is one of my favorite parts. So very nice boardwalk. And I believe this campground just opened last month in either March or April 2024. So right now is May 2024. So everything's really nice and new. So I hope as the months and years go on, everything will be well maintained. But so far, everything's really nicely designed and really gets you into the atmosphere. So over on the left here, this area is still under construction. So basically, on the left there, you can head to that Ofiro, which is like the hot water bath, the sauna, and the cold bath, and also some other campsites. And you can see here in front of me, these are some of the Jukaro. So these are like cabins. But unfortunately, they weren't open yet for our trip. But hopefully next time we get to try them. So this path down there, you can see the Ofiro in the distance. And it's that building with the roof. And then here you can see some of the Jucaros. So we're going to head right. So that's how people would get in here. And this is sort of, I guess, a walk into the campsite. And it is, like, it's not long, it's not too short, but I feel it gives a good separation to sort of detach from the nature. You can see here they're planting a lot of vegetation and some new trees. But I think having this walk, instead of having the campsite start right here, really gives a sense of detachment for people. I'd say it's about 2 2 to 3 minute walk straight this way. And here you can see they have some water features. I believe this was left from the previous site. I believe this used to be a campsite as well, an old campground, and which Snow Peak has converted into this beautiful place. So when we first arrived, there were some mosquitoes that bit me right when I got to the campsite, but actually they aren't that bad. I used a Thermarest, the bug deterrent device, or thermocell, and it's kept the mosquitoes at bay. And just walking around, there's not really that many mosquitoes, so got quite lucky there. Some of the other campsites I've been to, I have been swarmed before by mosquitoes, and it's not fun. So far mosquitoes here are okay. So this building here in front of me, that's basically the main camp store and the camp house, and it's where they host all their different festivities. So last Friday when we came, they had live music.
These are the same as the ones that will be 2 to 3 times as large as them. We used to have some, and we're shipping them to New York, to some specialty markets there, and they were...
So this shed area here is where you can buy your own firewood and also ice. So firewood's $10 a bundle and the ice is $4 a pack. And then it's fine if you come here after hours, after the store is closed. Basically, you can fill out this envelope here with your site number and your name, and then just grab whatever you need. Put the envelope into that slot, and then they'll just charge your account when you check out. So very easy to get firewood or ice. Here's the camp store itself. So in the middle, basically, there's the cashiers and the staff, and on the left is the store, and the right is sort of a lounge area. So they're not open right now, so I won't show you that. So the main purpose of today is just show you the campsite and all the tent areas. So throughout the campsite, there's great signage. I like the arrows of the logos. It basically looks like a tent with all the different campsites. So basically J there stands for the Jacaros, or the cabins, and then T stands for all the tent sites. So I noticed walking in, they had this nice tarp set up. I'm not sure what it's for, maybe for special events, but it's very nicely set up. Here we're entering the campsite. So I'll show also the numbers of the campsite as we walk around, so you can see what sort of campsite you're interested in. So this one here is tent number 53, so there's some good tree coverage. And then over here is 52. And over here is 51. And along the left here, so all of these tents, you notice, are the same. So these are basically all of the tent suites. So according to the website, I think when you book these, basically all you have to bring is like bedding and stuff. You can check on the website, but the tent, the cots, the chairs, and all the cooking tables, and they're all included. And you just have to come here with your bedding and clothes, and you're ready for camping. So all this set along this grass is all the tent suites. So next time I might try that, because it'd be way less work packing. So here's tent 50. Here on the right you have 49. Left you have 48. Right you have 47. Left there's 46. Right there's 45. Left there's 44. Right there's 43. Left there's 42. So some of these setups are quite nice. You can see, I think this family, they rented both the campsites, and then they set up the tarp in the middle with a nice long table with the chairs. So it's quite a beautiful setup. And then they have their cooking station sort of right before the marsh area. Here you have 40 and 41. So over on the right side, on these sites on the right, there's a little bit more tree canopy shading. So if you want some shade, this side's quite good. I find this section of campground, it's more, feels more like a traditional North American campsite with a road running through and the campsites on each side of the road. But up ahead, you'll see some more interesting campsites. So as I mentioned, all the campsites, if you come, they come with those 2 chairs and the table, and also the pack and carry fireplace. So you can have your fire there. Here's site 38. So last night, I guess there was a big party. Here's 39. And there's 37. So this is where the road splits. So I'll take you down the straight road first to go to the bathhouse. So this is the main bathhouse. So it's quite beautiful, especially at night when it's lit up. It looks great. So on the right side here is basically all the showers. And then there's 4 sinks here for you to do your dishes. And on the left here, you have all the washrooms. So these have great, nice hot water. And it's basically like your sink at home. So just like being at home. So having the hot water definitely makes it a lot easier to do your dishes. So I'll show you one of the showers. So here's one of the showers. There's a nice bench, a lot of hooks, and also some nice lighting. It feels basically you're in like a hotel bathroom. And then you'll also see, here's the shower head and also the rain shower. So there's also accessible showers which have that handheld shower head. But for the other showers, they just have the rain shower head over there. The water is nice and hot, and it's great. So now I'll come around to the other side to show you the bathrooms. Oh, so I didn't even realize there were sinks here on the back. So 4 more sinks here on the back. So here's the bathrooms. So they have a nice drying machine, hooks again, and also the seat covers for the toilet. And here's the nice sink. So now we're back onto the campsite tour. So I'm going to try to be quiet here because I think people are still sleeping. So on the right, you have 22 to 36. On the left, you have 18 to 21. So I'm going to go down this right path here. So here's two nice amenity domes. And I really like this area. It's more the traditional, I think, Japanese campground, where it's a big grass field and then everyone shares the campsite. Like, it's still separated, but there's no basically lines that separate the campsite. So it's meant to be a more communal environment versus the campsites back there, which is the one I have for this trip. Feels more like a North American campsite where there's a road down the middle and campsites on the right and left. So I think next time if I come to the campsite, I want to try these sites. So if you're interested in more of a Japanese experience, definitely pick these ones over the ones at the front there. So here's site 25. There's site 26, site 27, site 28, site 29, site 30. So there's a lot of, these sites seem pretty nice, especially if you come as a big group, you can share. Just show you a nice vantage point of the entire campsite here. And it's wonderful at night. You can hear all the croaking, I believe, of the frogs. So you can hear all the frog sounds. There's nice recycling, a lot of dog bags, as there's a lot of dogs. A lot of people bring dogs. Site 33. Site 34 and site 35. So here the road sort of ends, but basically it reconnects over on that side. So I'm going to head over there. So I believe the road basically restarts right here. So here you have site 21, and then site 20, and then site 18. So I'm going to head over that path. So as you can see, the campsites aren't really marked solidly, and I think that's sort of the purpose, is to get people to be more communal and maybe mingle with other campers. So here you have site 12, and I really like this site. There's some nice trees over top, as well as the grass in the back. Here you have site 13, site 11, and site 10. Some nice nature here. You have site 9. Here's site 8. Here's site 5. Here's site 6. And there's site 7. And with these sites here, they're basically right by the water feature, and you can see the Ofiro in the back. So if you're into more sort of, you want to have a view of the water, these sites are a good choice. So here's a view of the campsite from this side. But there's definitely not as much shade here as the initial area where we walked in with the North American style ones. So basically now we reconnect with this path, and that's the wash house that we were at earlier. And instead we're gonna head that way. So this would normally be the path to the Ofiro and the Jubako cabins. So here you can see all this nice water feature. And especially when the water is still, it's very nice to see the reflection of the trees as well. So this campsite actually wasn't on the map, but it's basically site, I think it's site 1. So it could be like a special site, not sure. So it's the only one in this area. So you basically get a great view of the camp store over there. And it's just this campsite. So again, the path here is under construction. So if you head down that way, that would connect to where we entered from the boardwalk. So once that path is open, it'll make it a lot quicker for people to come over to the campsites over here. So you can see all the different cabins. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think there's more going to be down there as well. So too bad they aren't open. But here's basically where that hot bath and sauna and also cold bath is going to be. So it looks amazing facility. Too bad can't use it this trip, but they should be opening, they said, this summer. So I love this view here with the water, the reflection, and sort of the bath house slightly hidden behind all the trees. So again, that's the camp store. You can see there's some tables around the edge there on a little deck. And then the live performance is sort of on the grass field. And the live performances, I think they're not all the time, but maybe sometimes on Fridays or Saturday nights. And I'll end the video here with a nice shot of the campground. And hope you enjoyed this video, and see you out there camping at Snow Peak. A little bonus content. I really enjoyed this experience, and it was definitely worth the wait. I remember booking the campsite the day they opened the reservations, and it's so nice to finally be out here. And definitely this type of camping experience where the cars are all left outside, there's no RVs, there's no generators, there's no power outlets. It's definitely nice. Feels like getting back into nature without doing all the backpacking and the bike packing stuff. So it enables, I think, families and people who, might, because of various reasons, not into those bike packing or backpacking adventures, they can still come out to a site like this where kids can run around, the dogs, they can walk their dogs, they don't need to worry about cars or sounds from cars or headlights at night or different generators. So I hope they're successful and open more, hopefully in Canada. That would be really nice, or at least somewhere closer to the Vancouver border. So this is one of the tent suites that are available. So basically, if you come with these, you can basically have all your gear ready to go, and all you need to do is bring your luggage and your bedding. So this was actually, someone stayed in here last night, but they pretty much put it back almost to the original. So here you have 4 chairs, the tables, Snow Peak, titanium cups, the utensil kits. Here you have the IGT kitchen. So basically you can swap out the different compartments. So they give you a water jug, cutting board, a kettle, and also I think it's a pan. And if you look over here, you have the cutlery set, I believe, and also the cooler. And then over there you have the gloves and the firewood. And then here's the tent suite kit and what it comes with. And there's the tent itself. So there's 2 cots on either side with good ventilation, as well as the lantern. So it's quite beautiful. So it is quite convenient to just get this kit, definitely. And it also comes with this nice lantern outside in the grass. So what a beautiful setup.